I spent years completely consumed on what everybody else thought of me, whether they liked me, whether they thought I was cool, whether they thought I was successful, or whether they thought that I was just fat was really a big one for me. I mean, obviously I was 320 pounds, but I did my very best to make sure that other people didn't realize that. As stupid as that sounds now, I'd walk around and I'd constantly be tugging on my shirt, adjusting my clothes so it didn't look like I was fat. I lifted for 7 straight years for football, and which was great, but I never actually got lean enough to see all the work that I'd been putting in. Because to truly get in shape, to truly actually earn the confidence that you have been wanting your entire life, to get to that body that you have never been to, that you probably don't even think that it's possible for you to do that. To get to that body, you have to be selfish. My entire life I spent thinking about this exact moment, this exact body, this exact confidence that I have, the consistency and the discipline that I've built and continue to work on a daily basis. My entire life, I've looked forward to being like this. And it's a very selfish thing because it does take energy. It takes energy from you to change. But that energy is an investment. If you invest energy now, you will be repaid tenfold later in the energy that you get. So yeah, sometimes it might take a little energy to go to the gym and work out hard. But by the time you leave the gym, you're going to be feeling 2 or 3 times as good. Now think about that on a macro scale. You invest the energy to track your macros, to do your 30 minutes of daily movement like I preach, to go to the gym 4 to 5 times a week for 45 minutes. If you do all of those, you're investing energy. Yes, it's hard. It's not easy. But in 3 months, in 6 months, you're not even going to remember how low energy and shitty you feel now. It's not even going to be a thought in your head. I can't even look back a year ago when I was 320 pounds. I can't even look back and think. I can't even form that concept in my mind of how I felt because it's so different to what I feel now. It's foreign to me. It doesn't even seem like that's possible anymore. Yet when I was 320 pounds, all I wanted to do was look forward to these days like this, where I have the energy to work all day long, then to go to the gym. I have the energy and the willpower to track my macros when I don't feel like it, to go on 30-minute walks when I don't feel like it, to do things that are tough when I don't feel like it. Because I realize that doing the exercise and building that consistency has so much more to do than just the physical aspects. Because when you get in shape the right way, not cutting out carbs entirely, because literally anybody can cut out carbs and lose weight. The problem with that is pretty much nobody, can cut out carbs, lose weight, and then sustain that weight loss because they didn't do it the right way. They didn't actually learn the skill of losing weight and maintaining a healthy lifestyle. Because for your entire life, and for my entire life up to a year ago, all of my habits and my views around food and eating had led me to be fat. I never realized that hunger was just a part of life, that it's normal and healthy for you to feel a little bit of hunger in between your meals. So in the past, when I felt just a little bit of hunger in between my meals, I would go into the pantry and eat a bunch of food because I didn't realize that. I never built the skill of 1, delaying the gratification till my next meal, but 2, I never realized that to be healthy is to feel a little hungry sometimes. You're not supposed to be stuffed and full all the time. It's like the same thing as being, you have to be sad at some points to be happy at other points. It's the exact same thing. If you're full all of the time, it's extremely unhealthy. And getting in shape the right way, to do that, you need knowledge. You need the willpower. You need the motivation. You have to attach it to something that truly means something to you. And for me, for part of my reason, it was very selfish of that. I just wanted to prove to myself that I could do it. I wanted to prove to myself that I was more than just a fat kid who would never realize his dreams. That I was more than just the 300-pound kid who had always thought about getting in shape, who had always thought about earning the confidence to wear a tank top, to take his shirt off. That I had always thought about not sitting down and worrying about my fucking love handles poking out of my shirt. I'd always dreamed about that. So it was very, it's selfish for me. And to get in shape the right way, you have two options. You can spend a ton of time doing that. You can. For me, I lifted for 7 years before I got in this shape. And with the right knowledge, you could do that in 2 years, probably. So you can either pay with your time to learn all the things yourself, which is great, or you can pay with money and invest in a coach, or you can pay with energy and consume all the educational content that you possibly can. But you're going to have to pay somehow. It's not free. It's time, it's energy, or it's money. And you choose. And all of my best successes and experiences in life, all of my biggest wins in life has been because I sought out knowledge from those more knowledgeable than me. That is the true characteristic of someone who is growing in life, is that they're always seeking out more knowledge from people who are smarter than them. For me, there's huge amounts of education on YouTube. I spent hours and hours and hours and hours watching educational content on YouTube, and more hours trying to figure out how I could apply that to my life and create methods that actually worked for me, because everybody's journey is so unique. And to truly find that for yourself is very hard. What actually works for you. That's why you should always have somebody in your corner that's more knowledgeable than you. Because just think about this. We live in the age of information. Information is no longer the problem, it's application. Everybody can look on ChatGPT and search up, how do I lose 20 pounds in 3 months? Literally everybody can do that. But ChatGPT can't tell you exactly how to tell yourself no when you want to go into the pantry and eat a bunch of Oreos. But real people who have gone through those experiences can. That's why YouTube is one of the, if not the best educational hub in the world. Because there are so many people who have been through experiences that you are about to put yourself through, that you have been through. Maybe you've tried to lose weight before. Maybe this is your first time. But either way, people like me and other creators on YouTube know exactly what it's like to get through those. And you need to lean on people like that. I would have not lost any weight if I didn't lean on people that are more knowledgeable than I am. I didn't just appear one day and know everything that I do now. And in a year, I'll look back on today and realize, damn, that dude really didn't know nothing. Because I'm always learning. That's a true mark of someone who will be successful in all aspects of life, is learning continuously, seeking out people with more knowledge than themselves. And the most successful people know that they can never fail. Not that they won't get defeated, not that they won't have setbacks, not that they won't have roadblocks. The most successful in people's life never fail, because the only way that you ever fail is when you truly give up on yourself. Defeats and failure are not the same thing. Getting defeated it's a momentary thing. It's a temporary setback. It's You fucked up on your diet and you cheated one day. I mean, that's fine. Just get back on track. But failing is you fucked up on your diet, you cheated one day, and you woke up the next day, felt like shit because of it, punished yourself, didn't eat breakfast, didn't eat lunch, and then binged at dinner again and put on more weight. And the cycle continues. That's failure. Failure is giving up on yourself. Failure is not pushing through when your mind wants to quit. When you want to quit, when your mind is telling you to give up, you're only 40% done. You have 60% more left in the tank to give. Whether that's on your diet and you feel like you genuinely cannot do another day of not, stuffing your face with foods that you want to crave and binge on. Because I've been there. That means you have 60% more to give. When you want to give up and you're going on your run or going on a walk, when you want to turn back because you're tired, you're lazy, you're feeling exhausted, you're only 40% done. You have 60% more in the tank to give. Every time that you want to quit, just know that you're not even close to being at your barrier in all aspects of life. When you realize that, you will never, ever give up. And when you never give up, you will never fail. You will set out on any task that you want to go and get, and you will succeed. It's the exact reason why for the past 2 months now, when I've been officially coaching, I've coached people before this, but never officially, never for money. Why in the past 2 months of coaching as a business, I haven't missed a single day of uploading reels. And look, that's not a hard thing to do. Yet my mind always tries to overthink and tell me, oh, you don't need to upload today, or you don't need to do X, Y, and Z because nobody will notice. The thing is, I can't go to bed at night knowing that I didn't do everything in my power to further myself. I can't sit down and watch TV at the end of the day if I haven't gone and worked out or at least walked for 30 minutes. And it's such simple things like that, walking for 30 minutes, a 45-minute workout, posting a reel a day for me. Maybe that's for you, spending 30 minutes a day with your partner, not on your phone. Maybe that's logging all of your meals. For me, that's habit at this point, but for you, that's probably tough. I remember it being tough for me. Logging all my meals was annoying as hell. But it's so easy. Think about it. You can't go on your phone and log meals correctly before you eat them and portion your meals. That's so simple. I can't post a 30-second, 60-second reel on Instagram a day. That's so simple. Yet every time our minds always try to make it seem like it's so much more than it is. When I want to go on a run, 90% of the time I don't actually want to go. I open the door and my mind is telling me, dude, this shit is going to suck. It's going to be the worst thing ever. You're going to come back home and you're going to feel like shit because you really don't want to go on this run, and it's going to set the rest of your day up for failure, and it's going to ruin your day. And you just don't need to do it because what's one run? You can just sit down and watch TV. I literally just think about, I say it out loud. I just walk through it with me. When you don't want to go on a run, what do you really not want to do? You don't want to put on your shoes? No, that's easy. You don't want to open the door? That's pretty fucking easy. You can't jog for a little bit? I mean, that's pretty easy. So what is it that's so tough? It's everything put together. It's a daunting task to go on a 30-minute run. It is. But I can put on my shoes. I can open the door. I can jog for 5 minutes. I can do that again. And I can go for 5 minutes more. When you break up your tasks into little bite-sized pieces like that, it makes it more manageable. So when you're thinking about, I have to get 200 grams of protein in today, don't think about it like that. Think, I have to get 30 grams of protein this meal. I have to get 40 grams of protein this meal, and then 50 this meal. When you think about, I have to go and get 30 minutes of movement today, I have to do a 45-minute walk, I have to log all of my macros, hit 200 grams of protein and only 2,500 calories. God damn, man, that stresses me out just thinking about it. Because you're not breaking it up into small bite-sized pieces. You have to break it up into pieces that you can actually manage. So instead of all of that, just start your morning off make your bed, brush your teeth, drink your electrolytes with 32 ounces of water, and then just go for a 10-minute walk. That's it. That's it. And then come back and then get your next task. And the best way to do that is to write out your 3 daily tasks the night before. So that's part of my 5-3-30 method. You have 5 long-term tasks, 5 long-term goals, 3 daily tasks to get you closer to those goals, and 30 minutes of daily movement. This will set you up for success. You will succeed on your goals if you can complete 5-3-30 every single day. You will. You will not fail. And every single day, I write out, there's my top 3 goals. And then in an app, so I can do it from anywhere, I write down every single day my 5 long-term goals. And then I'd click a little checkbox that says 30 minutes of daily movement whenever I knock that out. And every single day. And look, 30 minutes of daily movement is really nothing in the terms of fat loss, but it will create consistency and discipline and delaying gratification in your brain to where everything else starts to become effortless. When you start stacking wins, stacking that 30 minutes of daily movement, when you start stacking those 3 daily tasks every single day for weeks on end, you're going to catapult yourself into a new you. I was doing this for so long, I didn't even realize. I was doing this for months before I actually came up with it. Now, the 5 long-term goals is sort of new. That's within the past month or so. But the 3 daily tasks and the 30 minutes of daily movement and the 45-minute workouts and tracking my food every single day I've done for the past year. And it's the exact reason that I've lost 110 pounds. And knowing that failure is only going to happen when you give up has pushed me through so many difficult trials and tribulations and all of these difficult parts of not wanting to stay consistent when I'm losing weight. All of that. Because it's not how fast you can lose weight. It's not how intensely you can lose weight. It's not how many runs you can go on. It's about what you do on a daily basis that creates sustainable habits and long-term results. The 5-3-30 method will improve your life. The 45-minute workouts will make you feel amazing regardless of how you feel when you walk into the gym. I promise you. If you do 2 compound exercises of 2 to 3 sets and 2 isolation movements of 3 to 4 sets. So on a pull day, like a back day, that would be first compound movement, pull-ups, 2 to 3 sets. Rows, 2 to 3 sets. Then isolation, you have bicep curls, 3 to 4 sets. And then you could do lateral raises, 3 to 4 sets. Boom, that's 45 minutes, just like that, in and out. And you will feel amazing. But I guarantee most of the time before you walk into that gym, you're not going to want to do it. It's the same way that I don't want to go on my runs. It's the same way that I don't want to go on a 30-minute walk. Literally the easiest thing ever, yet I do it consistently because I know that the only way I'm going to fail is when I give up. I know that when I'm out running and I want to quit and I want to turn back, I'm only 40% done. I have 60% more in the tank to give. I had never ran more than 2 miles straight, yet last week I ran 3 1/4 just for the hell of it. And I could have went for 5 easily because I would push past that 40%. And when you break that 40% barrier, it opens up a realm of possibilities of what you never thought that you could do. You never thought that you could lose 50 pounds in 6 months like I did. You never thought that you could put on 10 pounds of lean mass in 3 months, 10 pounds of pure muscle in 3 months, but you can't. All you have to do is follow the 5-3-30 method, build that consistency, build that discipline, follow the 40% rule. Know that whenever you want to quit, you're only 40% done. And never, ever, ever give up on your journey. Never give up on yourself because that is the only moment you will fail. You don't fail when you cheat on your diet. You don't fail when you skip one workout. You don't fail when you turn back and take it easy one day on a run or a walk. You fail when you let that affect other days and you give up because of it. The only way you will ever fail when you not reach your goals is the day you decide to fail. Failure is an option in that aspect. Defeat is inevitable. Setbacks are inevitable. Roadblocks are inevitable. But failure is truly optional. And if you remember that, you will reach your goals. And even if you don't believe in that, even if you don't believe that you can do whatever you set your mind out to do, I believe that for you. I wholeheartedly believe that if you set out on your goals and you write down your 5 long-term goals right now, you will achieve them if you do not give up. You will. My long-term goals. 1, propose. It's a pretty easy one, but it still scares me. It's a whole new realm of my life. I want to get to 230 pounds lean. That's going to be tough because I'm 210 pounds and I'm still losing weight right now. So I got at least 20 pounds of my pure muscle to put on. That scares the hell out of me. But I'm going to do it because I'm not going to give up. I want to get to a 500-pound squat again. When I was 300 pounds playing college football, I squatted 530 pounds for 3 reps. And I want to get back to that. And that scares me. But I'm not going to give up, and I'm going to do it. I want to journal 7 days out of the week. That's pretty easy. I write down my 3 things I'm grateful for, practice my daily gratitude, and 1 affirmation for the day. It's pretty damn easy, but I always want to put it off and I always want to procrastinate about it. And it's going to make me better if I do it. And lastly, I want to have 15 clients at the same time for my coaching business, which is nothing in the grand scheme of things. Right now, I'm at 5 and they're getting insane results. And the only thing that I'm worried about with getting up to past 15 is the level of care that I'm able to apply to my clients. But I will get there when I get there. The more people that I can help, the happier I will be. And all those 5 long-term goals are simple in nature. They all scare me. And I'm going to reach all of them because I will never give up. Because I know that when I want to quit on my coaching business, when I want to not post a reel that day, essentially, or I want to not post an Instagram story, when I want to take it easy and not go for my 30 minutes of daily movement, when I want to skip a workout and watch TV instead, I know that I'm just being a bitch. That I'm always, whenever that's happening, I've got 60% more to give. Failure is truly optional.